Good afternoon, good night, chatters. Is anyone there? Any chat-alivers? One day we will be able to loot this fire bloom. One day. No sheep tonight. Oh man, this is a rough one. Oh. No. No. Oh, we're so lucky the sheep lasts just long enough. Any particular reason? We are... Right now we're trying to gather fire bloom. Fire bloom is used for oil of immolation. And it is a very strong, a potent elixir. That's what we're doing. Oil of immolation is... It's like having immolation aura, which is 50 damage every 3 seconds. That's right. You heard of here first. 50 damage per mob around me every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. So it's 5 ticks, 250 damage to all mobs around me over 15 seconds. That's crazy. 50 sounds pretty low. It isn't that bad, but it... Yeah, you can spam endlessly, have fun farming indeed. I'm at 120 fire blooms now. So that's 120 oils. Yeah, exactly, Milk. That math, you know, it's close but not quite. I like it though. It sounds good. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try that. Yeah, I did personally edit that. That was the first video I made. I thought it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Gonna be probably 10 to 20% overall. Yeah. How much DPS is it on one target to pop oil of immolation? It's 50 over 3 seconds, 16 DPS per target per mob. So that's really good, significant. In circuit 1 at level 22, my overall DPS was about 50. So if you think about that, 50 DPS at 22, maybe you're looking at, you know, 80 DPS at 32. I'm not that much more powerful. I got 1 rank on AE. That's pretty good. I think the first tick happens after 3 seconds, but I might be wrong. How many oil am I looking for? About 200. Being discrete ticks, you can assume that it's a bit less. Not really. If there's a tick at the very end, it's the same as if it just ticks at the very beginning. It's not, it's like, you're already calculating that with 250. It ticks 250 damage every time, over 15 seconds. I don't know how that's less than 16 DPS. Any other hot consumables? Not particularly. I mean, we're going to be running, have all access to all of the protection potions, which is pretty standard stuff. I mean, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to pop a FAP, I'm lazy. Oh, last mob is probably dying. Yeah, it might. It might die, yeah. I think that I'm pretty much gonna get like one use per pack, I think. Unless it's an extended pack. None of the above speedruns? No, I actually, I guess I have. I used to watch Take Note when I played Wrath. Yeah, I see like an overall, it would be less than 16. Yeah. I agree. Which makes sense, about 10 to 20%. That would be 3 ticks. Right, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So my goal is to have just 100% uptime during my combat time, which as a mage isn't too high. I'm not like a rogue or something where I'm always in, right? So I do have times where I can drink. I wonder if I can drink, like, you know, like sit down after I pop an oil of immolation just and have them tank the mob over me. I'm curious if that works. Because then I can even do damage while I'm drinking. It's interesting. I imagine that as long as I don't pull aggro, my damage shield doesn't stop my drink. That would be my guess. Tier 7 playlist next. Which means, yeah, actually. Yeah, so one of the interesting things I like about playing Arcane here is I can just play around having higher uptime. So like I spam my Oils of Immolation, I rank 1 AE, and I'm looking for like clear casting procs. And then on clear casting, I do a max rank flame strike like on the mobs for pure uptime. And I think that might be that's kind of the goal of my spec this run. I think it'll be good. My team wants to try playing Blizzard, but I'm pretty convinced this is the best way to do it. Like, I'm just gonna do so much more DPS casting these spells than I will, and I'll have better uptime than with Blizzard. Like what, I cast 5 Blizzards and I'm for a minute. I have to drink 2 times. Farm Mara Dagger, yeah. So with our setup, we're only allowed to do Mara once, but right, if you think about this, they buffed the drop rate. It's 1% now, right? Or maybe it's 5%. So we could theoretically get a dagger. And if we get a dagger, we are playing Arcane until level 60. Like, I don't think you guys all have played Mage before necessarily. That dagger will basically give me mana on every hit of my Arcane Explosion. It'll be like a 20% chance per hit. So I'll have really good sustain with rank 1s, and then I'll just use high rank on clear casting. I'll never go I wish we could solo, but it's not legal, sadly. In the circuit systems, you are allowed to run dungeons once and only once. So that's too bad. But it is possible. We do run Mara in... Yeah, even if we run alone, yep. But it is possible. It's not that low, right? Like, we could have a blessed run. I don't think this drop rate's correct. I think it might be 2.6% now. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. 1 in 50? We take those odds. I haven't been lucky yet on this character. Once the raise for that week is over, you should be able to farm those dungeons. I don't think so. I think it's good the way it is. Especially because the hardcore rule set is very particular about one dungeon run. It feels really natural. .2%, the numbers were adjusted 1 decimal. Era has original drop rate percent. No, that's not correct. It was adjusted in late AQ patch because I farmed myself one after the change. It's on Era. But either way, it's pretty low chance I get it, but I can dream. That would be like... I think that item would be the most, single-handedly the most impactful drop that could possibly ever drop for anyone in the runs. Ever. Would be like this dagger for a mage. And I think it's to the point that any team with a mage should run their mage just for Maradon. If they're not already planning to do so. Like, think... Missing herb back on those ruins. Yeah, it's Purple Lotus. In the ruins is always Purple Lotus. I'm looking specifically for my blooms, just like this bad boy right here. Rip Lesmos. Did Lesmos just die? No way. I don't believe it. Don't tell me Lesmos died, he's my boy. Oh. Yeah. You scared me, what the heck? You can't say those words rip and then not be about death. Oh! 3 fire blooms? That saves so much time, guys. I don't think if you haven't done the fire bloom grind before, that is just beautiful to see. I'm out here scrounging up the scraps from all different zones. See some distilled wisdom. I don't think you can enter Scholomance in the tournament. Even if you could find the recipe. I should really grab Baubles. I guess I'll go... Nope, I've always been herb alchemy. Alright, that's our whole team gimmick. We're all alchemy, so we can do invis skips together, but I'm not gonna fish right now, I think. I would, but I kinda want to actually. But I really just need to get this fire bloom done. I don't need to fish right now. Probably back to 30, about, yeah. Peter's back to 32, and Parla is 28, so we have 4 level 32s currently. Keksek died this AM, so he will not be level 32 by the circuit, and Parla will be 32 very shortly. Yeah, Parla died twice, dude. It was rough. That was some rough times for him. Yeah, that was brutal. I actually just showed Liz that death. Look out, Keksek. I don't know if he has a clip of it. He said that he pulled mobs and then a rogue vanished things onto him. Like more mobs onto him, and he just died trying to get a rare mob. But I'm not exactly sure what happened. I haven't seen it. Yo, what's up, Burning? Shame Keksek died. Yeah, we were planning on bringing him in actually most of Circuit 2, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. We have Calamity. We're still down to game. Honestly, I think it's okay. I think the main thing that Priest offered was Mind Soothe. So now that we have trash requirements and we've seen how they play out in dungeons, it's a little less important to run Priest in this circuit specifically. So, could be worse. You're gonna think you're lying, but you dreamt of his sick bars for your diss track. You did, yeah? I thought that was a long gone one. What happened to Keksek? He died. He died in somewhere. I think Arathi trying to kill Singer. And had it backfire. A lot of mobs came on him or something. Red Aura Consecration AoE Pally? Probably not. That sounds interesting, but I think... Oh yeah, I did get my neck. I'm full bis. So I camped this for a long time. It took me, let's see how many kills it took me. If I could find it. Minimum, whoa. Okay. Okay. Minimum level is 32. Okay, this is bugged. Singer, it took me 5. Oh, it took me 6. 6 kills of Singer to get the necklace, which is 6 windows of a rare mob. It's pretty rough. Oh, from Princess? No. No, no, no. So originally I was planning, like, before I hit level 29 or whatever I could start the quest. I was planning on trying the Princess quest, and then I brought my level 35 practice character out there to try to kill one of those elementals, and it was pretty much impossible without ZG buff. And there hasn't been a ZG buff in 2 weeks, so we could be safe to say that it would not be very feasible to do that quest chain. So we skipped it. I went instead to opt for the Necklace of Harmony, which is only 1 spirit less, but the main thing is I lose health. So as long as I don't die, it didn't matter. Alright, no fire bloom, no pools. You know what I think we do, guys? I think we have a nice little cozy fishing stream. You guys ready? Little fishing stream. Alright, bars from burning. Trash requirements... Sorry, reset. Trash requirements were made for you, but you're only there to fulfill the trash requirement, implying that they are trash. Dude, when you wrote this, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were like quoting somebody from Discord that was calling us trash. Oh shit, burning's robes? Did someone call you trash? No, but it's very timely because there's been a lot of trash requirement related talk in the Discord. Yeah. It does ring true, dude. Alright, we're gonna go bank our fire bloom and let's go on a fishing trip. What I want to do, guys, this is gonna blow your mind, alright? Are you guys attentive? Any attentive chatters? Oh shit, we gotta... Fishing together. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to STV, we're gonna go to that river, and I am not opening a single box until my inventory is full. That's right. Full. You heard it here first. We're gonna have an unboxing stream. We just gotta collect the boxes first. Let's go ahead and bank these. Trashy herbs, maybe some mage weave. Keep this. I could vendor some of these mana pots. And these health pots. Save some room in our bags. I can vendor some heavy silk. Keep these on deck. I could just vendor silk. What do you guys think? Do I vendor silk? Or do I turn it into, silk bandages? Yo, Necron with the sub. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, team. I'm feeling the love recently. Hardcore's been booming. The community's been alive. Feels amazing. I'm really, really happy to be streaming right now, honestly. I do gain skill from it. I might as well. So, thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. What dungeons are in the last circuit? What's up, Lidon? The last circuit is Stratholm. Oh, I should probably not vendor the whole stack. We'll just keep the half stack. Stratholm is the number uno. Strat West, DM West. Oh wait, no. DM East. Elbers and BRD. Yeah, it does vendor for more. True. Alright, we're gonna fly over to Westfall. Guys, look at the mount money right now. This is the mount fund. So right now, our main goal with this character, because we're full bis. Oh, somebody asked, how long did it take to get the helmet and where did I get the neck? So both my helmet and neck are from rare mobs. It took me about 18 hours of camping to get the helmet, and this one is a little bit more annoying. This took me 3 or 4 days. I've been camping this a lot of the time that I haven't been off, or that I've been offline and haven't streamed, because I'm not doing anything interesting. I can't really play when I'm camping rares. It's kind of shitty, but so I've been camping this for about 4 days, and I finally got the neck. It took 6 kills. It's a low 20% drop rate. So that's where I got it from. They're both from Arathi, if you're interested. Singers from the northwest camp of Syndicate, and this Imar is from the Witherbark trolls in the southeast. Yeah. So our Circuitupus, I wonder how close we are to Circuitupus, huh? I changed out the cloak for Vibrant Silk Cape and the Necklace of Harmony for Wolfpack Medallion to up our spirit. I think I changed how I valued spirit a little bit. So those changed, everything else is the same. Silkstream Cuffs, Ride of the Sleepwalker, Gravestone Scepter, Hook, Seal of Rin, Ironforge Memorial Ring, Kodo Rustler Boots, Nightwatch Pantaloons, Belt of Aragal, and Insulated Sage Gloves. Very cool. You recognize me in the Dead Mines race? It was really interesting. I'm glad to hear it, man. Yeah, helm and neck are the only changes that I made. Oh no, I guess cloak as well. 3000 mana on the dot. It could not be better, you know it. What spec am I? I'm playing Deep Arcane for this circuit with 2 points in Elemental Precision. This will let me land Flame Strikes and Cone of Colds pretty safely. And then my points when I'm leveling up in the circuit will go into Arcane Mind, which is pretty huge. 2%, guys. If I level up and I go to 3000, plus 2% is a massive buff. Like, I didn't realize how good these talent points are. This is 60 mana. It's basically speccing into 6 intellect per point. It's really good. Pretty impactful as far as talents go. Now I could opt into Clearcasted Palm Flame Strikes that slap. Exactly, dude. That's basically the play that I'm going with. I could go deeper into Frost, but I can't really get anything impactful until maybe Permafrost, which is 38. So I'm opting to just go deeper Arcane. How come we're the same level, but you have double mana? I am an extremely well-geared mage with very, very high intellect items. If you look at like Helmet at 32, very high end. Robes, shoulders, belt, gloves. I mean, I'm specifically geared for intellect, right? Looking forward to us on Saturday, dude. Glad to hear it. I'm very excited too. We're starting our prep. Recently, we've been doing a little routing together as a team. I'm very excited to reveal some very cool strategies. Probably will have kings. I think I want to run with Salve, but I actually think if I'm going to choose anything, I might even do Wisdom. And I think that's just because if I'm running with this here and I'm using fishing from rank 1 Arcane Explosion, I don't think my threat will really be an issue unless I Flame Strike. So if I Flame Strike, I know that I'll pull aggro, I can be positioned better, and maybe get like a Cone of Cold after the Flame Strike or something. Hey, what's up, people, Dre? I hope you guys are pumping it right now, farming those Giga Explosives, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the cool pulls you guys come up with. You're going crazy, dude. Glad to hear it. Hyped to watch Nomer. It'll be pretty fun. Yeah. The trash requirements are interesting. They actually have you kill like a lot of mobs on the top that I wouldn't expect them to want you to kill. How do you become a fish? It's from the SDV tournament. The fishing tournament. I was trying to think of an interesting answer and I did not have anything. It's a trinket from winning the Sunday tournament. You fish up 40 yummy, tasty fish. Did you get through with gathering fire blooms? No, I did not. The thing with fire bloom is I kind of have to do it during the day. Because it's in such high level zones, I can't really farm it unless there's other people farming it, if that makes sense. I can only get a couple of nodes specifically in each zone. So if I go through and I pick them and they don't respawn in that exact location, I kind of just have to wait for somebody else to come around and pick a different node so I get another respawn. So during my off time, I like to fish or just not play. Try to play during EU hours to get that done. And when I play during the uptime, it's pretty good rates, maybe like 40 an hour. So I got like a couple hours left before I'm done farming. I'm at 120 right now, so that's pretty good. That's about 30 minutes of immolation oil. I expect to need around 50. So another 100 or so. Which dungeons are next circuit? We've got Nomer, RFK, SM Library, and SMGY. Now I think we're doing a little bit of a slower take again, where we're kind of choosing to not start at the optimal position for circuit time to kind of bump up our potential individual times. So we're going to start with RFK. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty okay. The only thing is that my team's been dying, so they're not able to farm it. Like, Peter just hit 32, and Parla was 28, so they're not like farming. They're not at that point. So our whole immolation oil is kind of out the window if, you know, they're not able to get that. But that comes with the territory of losing your character. We got 120 fire blooms, bro. We've been out here. I've been in Searing Gorge, popping faps for fire blooms. Dude, it's crazy out here. Searing Gorge, Teneris, Badlands, Blasted Lands. These are the zones where you can find them. They're pretty sketchy. It's pretty scary to get fire bloom at level 32. I'm not gonna lie. Doing Graveyard and Library back to back to optimize travel time. Yeah, we're just not starting there. So we lose like 5 minutes on our time to opt to start somewhere else. I think that's okay. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely gonna bite us in the butt if we don't win the dungeon times though. That's the only thing, you know. What's up, Urbit, dude? Yeah, we have a nice little chill talking fishing stream. I'm trying to connect with the chat for a little bit because I've been offline. Not streaming. I feel bad because I said I like, you know, really wanted to get back into streaming and then didn't stream for 5 days. But it's been really busy. Very busy, and I'm doing things I don't really want to stream. It's kind of boring, like rare camping. But we're past that and back to streaming. I want to stream like pretty consistently up until the circuit day, I think. And then after circuit day, guys, I'm changing my approach. All right, on that YouTube grind. Yeah, in my free time, I've been thinking of like YouTube ideas. So I made a little ChatGPT highlight. I thought it was pretty funny. But back to streaming. I want to say that I'll do like a really long stream the day of the tournament because I want to get into a different approach. You know, this time and last circuit, I've been really slow to level, and I think it's been good for those circuits, right? Because I'm trying to get all these quest rewards, but at this point, my character's geared enough that the upgrades I get are pretty minimal. They're pretty few and far in between. So what I want to do is just pretty much... I'm not getting this pool, that sucks. So what I want to do is kind of rush. As soon as the circuit's over, just kind of rush to like 40 or something, 42, which is, I think the circuit is 43, but it might be 44. So I'm going to rush up to like 40 and try to finish as soon as possible so I can get back into speed running, of all things. So that's what I want to do. Kind of get there as soon as possible because I'm feeling the itch. I want to speed run. I want to do 1 to 30s, 1 to 40s, mage, classic, hardcore, AoE only speed runs. I'm excited. I'm excited about that a lot. Poor Parla. Oh, poor Parla. Yes, indeed. Are the rumors true that you're working on a hardcore all-stars week or a cast or something? Oh, yes. Big if true. Oops. This is good for the box count here. Guys, we are not opening any of these boxes until we fill up our bags, and we will have a Giga box opening stream. I think it'll be fun, as long as we keep getting boxes. That was just a sad pool. You could stream anything in WoW and you'll watch. Well, what I have been doing in WoW has been consisting of going to a Arathi Highlands farm and meleeing cows for 3 hours at a time, and then in between that, just doing some work stuff. I've been pretty busy doing things outside of WoW, honestly. I've been doing a lot of things, but those are out of the way now. As long as it's not Wrath, people will watch. I'm glad to hear that. How's the horde populations for dungeon and stuff on Bloodsail? It's pretty good. I think both sides on Bloodsail are very populated. Howdy, sir. I just recently found out that I missed the window to clone your Benny Ellie Shaman with rank 14 and a ton of Nax gear and all the trinkets. Sad boy over here. You know, it's so funny that you say that because I'm in the exact same boat. I have a full bis. Well, I had. My main hunter from Classic, I had around 180 days played on. Rank 14, Scarab Lord. Like, 180 days in Classic. Full tier 3. Like, 100k honorable kills. Like, I played so much on this character. And I had literally, like, everything I could ever want in Classic. I did full Exalted reps. And I didn't transfer it to an air server. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think I would ever go back. It was pretty sad because I wanted to do it. I want to just look at the character and maybe like log in at one point, and I wasn't able to, so it sucks. I feel it, man. I'm in literally the same boat. Yeah, dude, it sucks. The attachment to classic WoW characters is so real. It really is. Yeah, exactly. Sag. Only 25. See, you know, that's the thing. It's like, it kind of sucks that they charged for that service, honestly. At least, for, like, you should at least get, like, one free transfer per account. I think that would have been... That would have been really cool. Because I think a lot of people are kind of in this boat with us, where they just didn't transfer their character. Now it's on, like, Wrath with all this stuff. And it's not as special anymore in Wrath, you know? You thought you did it? Oh. Yeah, that's the worst, man. This unboxing prep would be way prettier with Bagnon. You know, I actually don't like Bagnon. I've never been a fan. I don't think I've ever used it on Classic. And the reason I don't like it is I actually like having different bags. You guys maybe think that's weird? But I think when I open my bags and I just see a big huge box with like 80 slots, it kind of breaks my immersion a little bit. It's like opening up this like... It's like not the right style for the game, I feel. And that actually... That type of stuff can impact me a little bit. It's kind of why I do very minimalistic UIs, or I don't have like graphics really, you know. I like to keep the original feel of the game. And also, from a speedrunner perspective, I like to run really, really minimalistic impact UIs as well. And things like Bagnon or things that like aren't really necessary, I don't run. I pretty much only run necessary add-ons. Base UI is really underrated. I think so too. I think it's really good. 4,000 weak cores on your hunter? Yeah. I didn't like it though. But my UI was pretty minimalistic. And I didn't have like a ton of crazy add-ons and load time. I didn't run like ELV UI because of that. But I did have a lot of weak cores, yeah. Have you guys prepped any crazy or secret strategies in advance for the next circuit? If I said anything, they wouldn't be secret anymore. My unit frame isn't necessary. If I run base unit frames, it's actually harder for me to tell the information. That's why I like it. It's much more thick, the bars, so it's easier for me to read it. Like, I've been a really big fan of easy frames because of that. And also CC on the thing when I have the right. They found a way to talk to Zemek, of course, dude. Can I get this? The long cast? Oh, oh, we got it. We got the long cast. No, no, Croc, go away. I need to be able to clear this pool without killing this mob. Ooh, we got a trunk. And another cast. That's in, right? That's gotta be in. It's in the little swirly. Yeah, that's in. Yeah, you guys know that's in. Oh, a two trunker. At least it's not Strangle Kelp. That's right, Nurok. We are doing the #1 fishing stream in the Classic WoW category right now. You can see some long casts right here and right now. Look at this. This cast is about to go 60 yards, dude. From the depths of the water right into the greater sagefish pool. A highly contested category. The fish... What is the fish from? The fish is from STV Tournament. You can look at it here. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. server time, goes for 2 hours. If you catch 40 tasty fishes, you can turn them into the NPC and choose between a hook or a pole, which I got the hook. Yeah, the fact that we can get it. I might do some more on stream. What I like to do is about every hour or so, take a quick break and just do a run through, a glance, if you will, at all of the zones. Make sure that nothing is respawned in acquirable locations, and if it has, pick it. If it hasn't, hearth out. Real quick, like 20-minute pass, you know? I'll probably do that in when my hearth is up, 30 minutes, and then we'll come back to this real quick. Have we trained ChatGPT any further into all-star knowledge? Actually, no, I haven't. I haven't touched ChatGPT since what? Thursday? When we did it on stream? But there might have been some secret Zemek influencers, honestly. We still don't know what happened there. The long cast. Look at that. A beautiful one, but Maniac. I applaud you. Cast longer than Pyroblast with Curse of Tongues. Yeah. You know what's worse? Is when you have a cast and you're contested on a debris pool and you just get like a 28-second cast. You know, you're literally like right here when it pops. And then the guy next to you gets 2 and it disappears right as yours pops. And you're like, wow, I just got absolutely outplayed. What is Horde gonna do in Circuit 3 when Alliance has good routing? Well, honestly, man, they are barely competing with a route advantage, am I right? The Horde just in shambles, dude. I think they're gonna have an interesting, eye-opening conversation with themselves in the mirror. The Road to Ragefire Chasm was good last Saturday. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. For people that didn't tune in, I casted the RFC event that happened last Saturday. Really fun. Would highly recommend you guys participate or at least view next event, which is coming up this Saturday. We're playing in it. CNX Circus versus the World in 4 dungeons. RFK, Nomergon, SM Library, and Graveyard. Back to back to back. To back. And after that, I don't know if it's the weekend after or the next, but there is a Wailing Caverns event. Horde, 1 to something. There's some technology that's being worked on behind the scenes to maybe make it a little cooler. And it'll be a lot of fun. I highly recommend at least watching it for a little bit. You don't have to stay for the whole event. Just tune in, support the community. It's amazing. You heard they're unbenching the mage for a dungeon in Circuit 2. I think so too. You know, I have a feeling that they're unbenching the mage. They're realizing the potential for the Scarlet Monasteries. What do you think? That's my guess. I think they're going to bring in Lesmos for Scarlet Monastery, Library, Graveyard. Maybe RFK. But I think those are really good AoE dungeons. Home of the Mage. That's right, dude. Just like we're unbenching the priest. Yeah, right. Right. Actually, we told Kexek we were unbenching him, and then he revolted and then killed his character, said, I don't want to be unbenched. That's basically what happened, so. I can't tell if these pools are like half fished. I get 2 casts in and they're gone. It seems like it. I always thought that greater sagefish pools were the type that is like 4 to 6 casts or something. Maybe it's just high variance. Maybe it's like 1 to 6 or 2 to 6. Cringing at all your mates killing themselves. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I definitely understand was, you know, there's a lot of risk in doing things for prep. But I definitely am at a point where if these guys die again, like, it's just taking risks they don't need to. Honestly, it's just, it shouldn't be that scary to level to 32, you know? It just shouldn't be. Ooh, the first trunk. Guys, is this a 2, 3, or 4 caster? Can we get some 4 casters in the chat? Oh my god, 2 trunks? Is this the Fated 4 trunker? 3? You guys don't believe. This is a 4 trunker. 4 trunk. Oh, 3 trunks pretty good though. Alright, you guys got it, 3 trunks. I know, Big Holmes, these guys are unbelievers and they just cursed our trunks, man. What is up, Mercy Chan? Founder and moderator of my lovely channel. Can I get some pogs in the chat for Mercy Chan? Mercy LOLK. Just real quick, if you guys like Mercy Chan, Can you guys drop a pog in the chat? What is this true story? Pog a Mercy Jam. Hell yeah, dude. Look at all those Mercy Pogs, dude. Dog. Dog. Alright, Mercy, what's the story? So, you join a Wailing Caverns group as Alliance Hardcore. 3 of us in Barrens already. The mage has to run from Ironforge. It takes an hour, but he gets to the Barrens. The dude runs into Crossroads, he dies, and the group disbands. Honestly, that seems very based and real. It's just, sometimes, you know, you forget you're playing Alliance, and you just walk right into the middle of a town of horde, hostile, PvP flagged red mobs. It happens. Following the road, just zone out, dude. A normal Wailing Caverns everyday experience, honestly, yeah. I could never imagine, and I mean no flame to the guy, I could never imagine like zoning out enough to just walk into a town of red mobs. Like I'm able to just see the red name and be like, oh, that's kind of scary. You know? What am I in combat with? Okay, nothing. Are you Surrey from Road to Rag? That does look like Surrey. Yes, it does. Look at that, a classic name. I need to get the flight path right. If you ever play Ally, you're dead to the... Yeah, dude. Sometimes in those cities, it is a little difficult to kind of break the habit. I did feel that. When I played Horde for the first time on Hardcore, this was years ago on my Warrior, I was doing with Dax. We were playing Warrior Shaman Duo, and we make it to Tenaris. And what do? I go right through the town, forgetting that the Horde Flight Master is to the north, and I almost talk to that little dwarf loser Griffin Master in the south. And I realized to myself that I'm a massive Tauren bull, and they don't like me flying on Griffins. Kick me off and kill me. I believe it. Griffins have it easy compared to wyverns when you think that's very true, dude. The hooved, massive 10-ton battle cows that ride on their backs to battle, dude. Think of like how heavy a Tauren male in full Wrath gear would be. Or Dreadnought, a full tier 3 male Tauren warrior. Just think how absolutely beef that guy is. Two tons of pure muscle. That's right. Beef. Can it swim? No. It's actually so heavy at that point that you just sink right to the bottom and you just walk along the bottom of the ocean. Just straight up walk along the bottom. You don't need to swim. The Belova wielding hulks. That's right, dude. Also, Mr. Streamer, I went to go support your fellow streamer Liz the other night and was very disturbed by what you saw on stream. I highly suggest you distance yourself from this streamer. Are you talking about when she killed Rex? Just, what a tragic incident that was. Back down the river we go. This is a pretty good ratio, honestly. 9 trunks to 2 stacks of fish. That's pretty good. I'm not disappointed by that outcome. That's unironically. Is that true? Is that a hippo lore fact? What am I in combat with? Must be like a fish underwater or like under the ground or something. Hippos are too heavy to swim, they just run. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, that's how male Tauran yoked up warriors swim. They don't swim, they just simply keep walking. No, you tuned in and she was watching some highly inappropriate content in the game, then tried to go for seconds. Oh, the alien sex? Yeah. Yeah, I saw a clip of that. She's actually streaming tonight. I can hear her from the other room. I think she's streaming right now. How close to loot box time? How long have you been out here? Do you guys know? Probably about 30 minutes. So maybe like an hour to loot boxes. That would be my guess, somewhere around an hour. Hey MP, what do these boxes even drop? Smile cat face. These boxes drop an assortment of items, ranging from level 28 to 33 greens, maybe even 35 greens it might be. They drop mana and healing potions, silk and mage weave bolts for vendor, and some leather. That's generally what drops in these. There's probably like some recipes I could get too, maybe. Nothing really crazy, but that's kind of what I'm going for, is the green items. And I wouldn't mind some mage weave bolts to vendor. Maybe buy some mount money for me. Thanks for the reply, brother. Thanks for the comment, my man. Keep up the good work, chat. Maybe a glyphed cloak? Yeah, I think the only things that I would want, potentially, maybe an intellect ring. If I can get an int spirit ring, I would probably rock that. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. That mob just evaded on me. Are you gonna do it again, Croc man? I'll come back for that pull. Oh well. Wait, I'm already at drop combat, never mind. I guess I can approach from the other side here? Looks a little better. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Dang it. Maybe it is a little better. We'll go there. Try to go as close into the water as possible here. Alright, so where was I? Items that I could use. I'm actually going to bump up my sound a tiny little bit here. It's hard for me to hear while I'm talking. Where is my Go XLR? There it is. Bump this up a little bit. Great. Of the intellect or eagle and whale, yep, I would use any of those. Maybe I would consider using like a 9/9 int spirit pants. Not sure. I think that's kind of the main thing, is I would look at maybe replacing some spirit with intellect or stamina with spirit. That's kind of what I'm looking to do. Really, I'm just fishing for bags, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's the biggest thing for me right now is I'm fishing for gold to either buy or fishing specifically for the journeyman backpacks or the 12 slots. Not getting thread. You were not scared getting thread? Oh, like threat? Like pulling mobs and getting one shot? No, not really. Yeah, to some extent. I think what I want to do, Burning, is kind of have two sets. And have it in my bank. So my first set would be something for a lower level dungeon like maybe RFK or Nomer, where I would just run spirit intellect items and kind of drop my stamina a little bit. Because the thing is, stamina is good, but I have fortitude elixir. I have Rumsy Rum. Like my HP is going to be really high for my level. I don't think I need more stam. I'll have maybe kings, fortitude, Rumsy Rum. I'm already pretty geared. I'm not that afraid of these mobs anymore. I have Cone of Cold, so I can get away if I pull aggro. Yeah. So that's why I think maybe an intellect spirit set for the lower, less easier to generate threat dungeons for Parla, where he's higher level, and then run more of a stam int set for something like library or to some extent the end of Nomer. What MP5 am I getting from that spirit? It's pretty good if I take this off. If I just use some mana here. Let's look at our intellect. In combat or in casting, we are generating 6 mana, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that is really, really significant because I'm going to be casting the entire time, I feel like. And especially out of combat when I'm drinking, it's like 200 or something. Yeah, I get so much mana really fast. Oh, it's only 40, right? Yeah, 41 mana. But when I'm drinking, it's like cracked. Every tick is super, super high. In the first circuit, you thought my team is using Bop as an oh shit button, then using it for a specific pull. I don't know if you want to keep doing that, just a comment. No, we were using Bop for specific pulls. It was not oh shit buttons. I was specifically calling for Bops that we had kind of pre-planned out. I think there were a couple times that Calamity bopped me out of like not planned, but it was generally like predetermined where we were bopping. You have a character level? No, this is my only character that I will level. I will not be leveling an alt. So if I die, I am dead. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to re-level between now and next circuit. I don't want to commit an additional 40 hours or 30 hours of prep that I've wasted. Hopefully I just avoid freak accidents. I don't plan for failure. Even though that is a very real possibility. I think as long as I play things safe and I don't risk too much in the following circuits, I should be generally pretty safe. Don't you need to fish higher? Yeah, I do, to fish 14 slots, yep. But I'm also like kind of looking for level 30 items. One thing that's a note about that is it's a lot easier to fish these pools than the level 40 pools. There's more of these pools, so it's also good money. Look at like the greater sagefish casts. I already have half a gold, like 70 gold worth of sagefish just in my bags, and I'm gonna vendor them all, of course. It's really good for gold. What we could do, I'm not opposed to this at all. I actually think we could spend a little bit more time here until our Hearthstone's up, and then maybe go over to Daenerys and finish off the fishing there We could have 2 tiers of box opening. I'm actually open with that too. That would give me a little bit more bag space as well. I could vendor the sagefish I already have and pick up some more boxes. Yes, my bis food that I'm going to use for the circuit is the Sagefish Delight, but I do think that I'll prepare a couple 8 stam, 8 spirits for like library or maybe like the end of Nomer if it's longer than 15 minutes. So mana's pretty good, but sometimes I might want the stamina. Well on the way to a mount at 40. Oh yeah. 4 box. This is not a 4 box. This is probably a 2 box or like a 1 kelp 1 box. Server shutdown? Dude, are you serious? Every time I stream, there's just a server shutdown. 3 a.m., man. No way. Hopefully it comes up pretty quick. Bobka, what is this, dude? Last time I streamed, I started stream and an hour later the server shut down. This time I started stream, guess what? Shut down, dude. Okay, so far it's 1 trunk, 1 kelp. It is a 3 cast, so that's above average. It's EU weekly reset. That... Okay, I don't have any defense for myself after that. It is actually EU reset, I forgot. Double kelp. 2 boxes, double kelp. Thank you. Thank you, game. What is cool about a reset, though, is usually server maintenance isn't that long. So it'll be down for maybe 15 minutes. What do you guys think? 15 minutes? We'll do a little bit of a trolling in the chatter. And then... yeah, so I guess we'll open our boxes before the shutdown. We'll just do that. Oh, there they go. Where's up when it comes back? Nope. Open box number 7 now. No, Bobka. I told myself I must wait. I owe you. I will open box number 7 first. No, I will open it up in 11 minutes. It opens up a window. Nah. It like starts it. It like starts it like if they just died at 0. So it kind of like really messes up long timers like Iron Eye or something. I will report your actions to the HCAS PD. Do all special vendor items reset? I'm not sure, but I do know that herbs, I think herbs reset. Like I think when servers reset, there's always like herbs up. So I'm pretty sure that if I like go to some fire bloom spawns, I can just kind of yoink some. So we'll go ahead and do that. That's how dragons work. So anytime there's a reset, instantly to 3 days. Yeah, exactly. It's not instantly. It's like their minimum time plus, like the minimum time would be the minimum time from server reset. It's like Nasjack, for example, who has like a really long minimum and a long ass like max, like a 24 to 48 or whatever. Maybe it's 12 to 36, I don't know. It can be like really annoying. All right, let's go look for some higher level pools here. Does buying out special vendor items make new ones spawn faster? See, I think it does, Burning. Now, I might be bro science, but on my runs that I don't find bronze tubes, I actually buy everything on it except for the expensive frameworks, and I vendor them back at loss, hoping that the next time I come back, a tube will be there. Completely no idea if that works. Ask the AI. The AI doesn't know squat. It does. No, it doesn't. Last time the AI told us that there was an NPC to teleport you from Thousand Needles to Nomergon. And then proceeded to say, actually, never mind. There isn't. Look at that double back-to-back quick cast. You think it does too? Each item, or maybe the whole vendor, has a refill timer, but it definitely will change with the whole inventory eventually, regardless. So hard to tell. Yeah, I'm not sure. So in the end, it was right. I guess that's true. Is there something that influences the speed of fishing? I think it's completely random. Maybe your skill has some impact. I'm not sure, like your skill in regard to the location you're fishing in? Maybe. I don't think so, though. Look at these boxes. Beautiful. What are we at? 15? 15 whole boxes? Not bad. We do a little box opening in 5 minutes. Little quick box open before the server resets. And then we will go on a fire bloom hunt into more fishing. Maybe. Maybe I'll do a speed run. What do you guys want to see? Chill fishing stream? Mage speed run? Fire bloom herbing at level 32? What is maybe a lot of people here are hardcore all-stars fans. So I'm not sure what you guys want to see. Speedrun, mage speedrun, but only if it's really fast. I'm no Tommy Salami, so I don't know. What do I feel like? Yeah. I've been kind of feeling a speedrun, but I'm pretty washed. Chatting and farming. Yeah, see, I think I want to keep doing this for a little bit, but I might transition into a speedrun at some point tonight. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stream too long. I don't want to, you know, I want to still be able to, like, go to the gym tonight. So, maybe another 2 or 3 hours on stream. Not really enough time. I don't want to do a 1 to 10, so we won't do a speedrun tonight. You don't die on a mage 15 minutes into the stream? Yeah, I haven't died in 140 hours. My track record looks pretty good. Watch HC death clips while the server's down. I could do something even cooler. What about this? What about instead of HC death clips, we do our Circuit 4 or Circuit 3 bis list. Our next up bis list. It should only be down for like 10 minutes, right? That's just weekly maintenance is really quick. 10, 15 minutes? Maybe 30 minutes? We could do a really quick bis list. If we have some time, maybe log on a mage on NA for a second. Circuit 3 theory crafting. Yeah, see, I'm thinking about some theory crafting, some HCAS content. Circuit 3 bis list? Yeah, right. That's not exactly correct. You guys are dying in Nomer 100%. I hope not. That would be sad. Alright guys, 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes and we are opening all of these amazing boxes and vendoring absolutely everything we get. Because we're not getting a single item we could use. Just like it has been. It's never changing. What's the hardest dungeon in the circuit to you? Probably library. Let's go ahead and go to Stormwind a little early here since our pool's gone. Go to Stormwind, buy some reagents, some teleportation scrolls. Actually, Ironforge is better for this. And then buy some baubles and go to Gadget Sand. We could fish in Teneris for a little bit when the server comes up. How about that? Little fishing stream. Grab our regents right here. I love Ironforge, dude. I could go over some YouTube video ideas if anyone is interested. Is Bobka here? Bobka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm opening the box. Oh, some fresh bed sheets. Thank you so much, Bobka. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he was thinking 6. No. No. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we'll go a little slower. Oh. It was 5. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, absolutely nothing. Just trash boxes. Oh. Ooh. Too bad we're not hitting 34 this competition. Box, box, box. Oh! Okay. I see it, but I don't agree with it. Absolute whale. Our last box. With just silver? Oh my god. Okay, dude, we got scammed. Prepping for the dagger from library. Honestly, that's a good point. I could keep this. Alright, sure. Sure, we could keep it. We go up to a good amount of gold too. Look at that gold count, 45 gold. We get 46 here? Maybe if we sell all this stuff? Just under 46, huh? Okay. Well, let us Hearthstone to Gadget Sand. That's our new home here. Sleeping good tonight with all those fresh sheets. Oh yeah, soiled bed sheets, unwashed. I suppose I'll just camp here. Get some nice juicy rested XP. Take it easy. We'll be back in a couple minutes here. See you next fishing circuit, indeed. So in the meantime, let's swap this over to a display capture. Swap over to 60 upgrades. Let me log out of this game entirely. And let's make a new character here. Male, gnome, mage, customize. Let's make this, what's our name here? Bud guy. What level is the circuit? What level is this circuit, guys? Next one, 43? Is it 43 or 44? That is cursed. Alright, so let's look at our talents here. We go Arcane. We play Muddy Guy. Phase 6 at our points. We do Fire and customize this bad boy. Add some stats. We are adding Stamina, Spirit, Let's get rid of fire damage. Actually, let's add fire damage back. Maybe add arcane damage, add fire damage. Where'd it go? All right, and let's make these pretty small. I think this would probably be 0.5 and 0.25. Now, my intellect, let's adjust these. 1, let's put this at a 2, put intellect at a 1. I might even put this at 1 as well. We'll keep it at 1 for now and see what it generates. I'm not too big on the non-stat items early. Put this at a 0. For this circuit, probably a 7.5. Crap. I didn't add spirit to it. And put this at a 0.75 as well. We'll have mage armor. Actually, I think 0.75 is pretty good. Normally I do 0.5. So let's change our sources. We are not looking for raid, crafted, rep, world boss, or dungeon items, or PvP. Armor type is cloth, main hand, sure, no fishing poles. And profession required is only alchemy and herbalism. Okay, so let's create it. Let's see what we get. Autofill this bad boy. Don't include random suffixes, and let's see what we get. All right, let's look at this. So, first of all, Argal Shroud. Augural Shroud. Where's this? Nether Sorceress in Desolus, huh? Level 39 mob. This is doable. That is really nice. Honestly, that is a really good item. I had no idea this was existed. I probably will farm this. Okay. I like that. Get rid of this. Blizzard at 36, AE at 38, Flame Strike 40, Fireball, Cone of Cold at 42. What's 44? Blizzard's 44. And a Frostbolt. That's interesting. Okay, we'll think about that. Necklace of Chelsea. This is obvious a world drop. I don't know about that one. Tremors of the Earth. Is this possible? Use the Sign of Earth to activate the pillars of Amethyst, Opal, and Diamond to obtain the runestones. These mobs are level 50. Are they slowable? I don't know. In the Badlands. We are going to bench that idea and maybe rock with Fairy's Embrace, huh? What is this from fishing? Fairy. Okay, it doesn't exist. Desolus Bone Collector. That's pretty good. I think I still run with, you know, one of these two. We'll probably be able to do Tremors of Earth easier than Princess, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down. Bearline Pads. This is correct. This is from a quest that we are doing in our circuit. Keeper's Cloak is a world drop. We are definitely gonna just do the rescue quest in Feralis. That's pretty reasonable to do at 43. That looks like the best one. Stranglethorn Fever is way harder, so we'll do that one. Robes of Insight is obviously a no. We swap to Robe of Crystal Waters. Or what if we change the filter here? We include Dungeon. And we look for this. What do you guys think? Is Sivnad Robes 18 Spirit 7 Stam? Is that good? 18 Spirit 7 Stam. 10 Int 9 Stam. This is better. Okay, so we run the Robe of Crystal Waters. I'm looking good so far. I like the way I look. If I hide cloak. Look at that. That just looks absolutely cool. Forgotten Wraps. Nope. We are definitely just going to rock with the Captain's Chest. This is completely doable at level 43. All right. Um, yeah. Okay. Staff of Jordan is a no-go. Mage Celestial Power. What is that? Celestial Power. Acquires level 35. Kill mana surges. Return to the marsh. Infernal Orb Exorcism. Obsidian Power Source. Let's look at this. Obsidian Power Source drops from Obsidian Sentinel. Oh, in Uldaman. Okay, so that's unobtainable. Okay. We are not going there. Scarlet Monastery Library. Ooh, from Arcanist Stone. Look at that. I almost prefer the staff over the blade. It's a guaranteed, though. It looks like it's a pretty guaranteed. Let's look at his drop chances here. Almost guaranteed to get something really good. Obviously, we do not want to see the chest or the shoulders, but the rod and the blade, oh, those are really nice. Honestly, the blade could be good too if I transition to fire at all. Okay, so we'll rock with whatever thing we'll get. I'm gonna go ahead and say we get the dagger, because then we can plan for offhand. Scarlet Monster in the Name of Light, Desolus Khan Haratha. Lord Sacrisis. Probably run with that. Lord Sacrisis is a rare Naga. Okay. Is that better? How much is that? 14 intellect and 11 spirit with 9 spell damage. 14 int, 11 spirit versus 15 int, 10 spirit. I actually like the blade and the Sacrisis scepter better. Honestly, I think that might be more value for damage. Okay. So we want the blade. Gloves of the Old is a no bueno. It looks like we're just rocking our insulated sage gloves here. It's fine, okay. Tailoring, huh? RFD, no. Mokrosh? See, I might just continue to use Belt of Argal here. That's pretty nice. Pale Leggings is from Thralosh. Sells. See who else sells this. Sold? It's only Horde. Wow. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. What about... Interesting. Okay. Akumai... Orbent Fell? That's the closest one. We're still using the same pants, huh? Unless we can get these, maybe? It's a little worse. Oh, yeah, okay. We use Nightwatch Pantaloons still. Thurin's Boots, definitely swap to South Sea Mojo. That's super easy. Every single time I do that. Ring of Saviors is obviously a no. Vile Tongue Corruption. Let's look at this quest here. Horde only, and it's a dungeon quest. Rise Obsidian. That seems a little scary. I don't know about that one. Arathi Highlands, Death from Below. This could be a good option here. Sunken Treasure is not hard to do at 40. So we'll definitely use this one here. The Cold Water Ring. What is this? Mind's Eye Circle is a no. Maybe we can get something from Nomer. We might be able to get maybe a Voodoo Band. We could farm these mobs. Bloodscalp Witch Doctor, 1% level 37. Yeah, so we could farm these to level and find a Voodoo Band. I think that might be the play. Or we could continue to rock with the Seal of Rin. It's not much worse, and I don't have to do any effort for that. 4 int, 3 spirit. So the trade-off is 3 int for 4 stam. I'll just keep the Spirit of Rin, since I'm rocking a couple items with no stam on it. Jaina's Firestarter is obviously a no. I think we'll actually get our quest item here. Please tell me you have that quest. Oh, I do. Don't worry. I have it. Now, the question I suppose remains, what wand do I take from that quest? Is my mom home? No. Maybe you're missing the following circuit as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. Like what am I gonna be playing? You occasionally hear Liz in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna close my door because it's a little distracting for me. One sec. All right, we're back. Now, I think it's interesting this option, right? Because you could argue that you make the decision for the rest of the game because this is your bis. But I think arcane and fire scale the best with spell power. So the thing is, like, if I take frost damage, I'm probably getting less than 1 damage per take on Blizzard. Whereas if I take an arcane or fire, I'm potentially gaining multiple damage per cast on those spells. So I think before we choose this, I'm gonna leave this at the arcane for now, just because I'm already playing arcane. Unequip this bad boy. We actually do get nifty stopwatch at this level. Never mind. Fire for see, I might consider playing fire. That's the thing. So if I look at my talents here, we are currently at 4k mana, really nice, a ton of spirit. And we have rank 1 mana armor. What is it? Mage armor. So look at spell coefficients. Sure, let me pull that up. I don't know if I have it on hand. I have to go to like that Reddit post. Spell coefficients in WoW Classic. List of spell coordinate. There's spell coefficients. I wonder if these are the same. Spell damage coefficients. I mean, this is 1.12, but we can rock with it. It's going to be approximate. So if we look at our mage here, Blizzard is 4% per tick. It's a 33%. So if we say we have 11 MP5, we get 11 times 0.33 per cast on each mob. It's 3.6 damage per mob per Blizzard. AE is a little lower. So we actually only get about 1 damage per cast per mob, but you get a lot more casts in the same amount of mana that you get in Blizzard. So I think you actually gain more in the same amount of 10-second time. Arcane missiles, sure. Fire blast, fireball, 100. We gain 11 damage. And flame strike, direct and dot both scale. This looks like the best scaling I've seen so far. Do you Blizzard? Yeah, so let's look at the talents here at level 40. So I think Blizzard is actually pretty decent scaling compared to these two. Our AE doesn't scale that well. Maybe a tiny bit better than Blizzard. right? So like I would gain 1.5 damage per hit, and I cast 2 AEs, and it's already more damage than Blizzard. And I do ideally want to keep using Oil of Immolation. So if I'm trying to super max my damage, I want to do that. But there is a world I play Frost. Flame Strike worth. I don't think I spam it. Oil of Immolation does not scale with spell power. But I think that playing Arcane is very viable at this level. Like if I make a level 43 mage spec, it would look something like this for Arcane, right? So you'd go imp this, 1, 2, 3, maybe points in here, 5 here, 3 here. And I'm not sure if I would go deep enough to take Arcane Power. This is, I have 5 points left. Maybe you go down to Fireball and you take points out of like maybe mana and you put it into, oh, I did not mean to do that. Maybe you do something like this, right? The alternative, you could drop these points of damage and go into Ignite with Flame Strike. This is a good option too, because I'm able to actually level up really early with these dungeons. If we do like RFD first and turn into quests, I think I'm 44. But even with Flame Strike, you just cast 1, yeah. Yeah. But I cast it every time I get a clear casting. So it's like my damage would probably be 30% Flame Strike or maybe lower. But why not go even deeper in fire with Blast Wave and more damage? I don't think that the deeper fire is the way to go though. Because you're buffing, you're like look at these talents, right? You're spending 5 points on Fireball. Not really great. Like you're not trying to single target things. You could single target, but ideally if you're single targeting, you're probably wanding. Because if you're single targeting using mana, unless you're on a boss, it's just not going to matter. Like you want to save your mana for the next AoE pull. Ignite, I don't have crit chance. Now if I keep going down, this is better. But this tree, I only get Master of Elements. This tree, I only get Flame Strike. This tree, I get a Blast Wave, which is a little bit better than Cone of Cold, but it's a long cooldown. Critical Mass and Firepower are good options, but I think I don't like how immobile I am with Flame Strike. Now, this is an option, right? That whole thing was an option. I could also just go Deep Frost, and something like this would probably be what I would run, maybe with damage. I'd run a non-shatter spec. I'd run like maybe a Winter's Chill with Cone of Cold Kite, or I could drop the Winter's Chill for crit damage on cones. I should take that as well. You were just picturing multi-rank. Yes, I don't think that's as good as when you have a lot of spell power. I think that's a lot better. Do we want to slow mobs though? See, that's the thing. If I'm thinking about like Armory and SM Cathedral, these are like widely accepted boost dungeons, right? And if you spec into this and you're like reflecting the spells and you have like fire protection or frost protection, and you're able to AoE pull in SM Cathedral, that's why I would play Frost. So I might do something like play Frost for one dungeon and then respec for a different dungeon. That could be a play. I'm not sure if I would fully commit to playing Frost. And then I'd probably go something like this, because in my meantime, I'd probably want to play Arcane Explosion close. But then you're taking crit damage but not shatter. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, I agree. But this is not a shatter spec. This is like a Blizzard kite spec. I'm just putting the points somewhere where it's like kind of whatever, you know? Spicy shit cooked up for Cathedral, yeah. I mean, it's like a very well-known boost location, and it's a pretty easy bridge. Yeah, this is a Blizzard spec. If you went Frost, you feel you'd still have to have another AoE class. No, I don't think so. I think I can just rank 1 Blizzard and kind of just last long enough with mage armor and mana pots and everything. 5 in crit damage and get 2 points in clear casting. I can only remove 1, but I want Ice Barrier if I'm in an AoE farm. I mean, you could do this, yeah. You could even drop Cone of Cold if you're doing that and just go down to Blizzard and probably take points out of this as well, and then play like a hybrid, like Blizzard AE spec, right? This is also an option. And it's pretty viable, honestly. So this is an option too. What would Deep Fire look like? Where would we get the extra points, and what would we do? We have 2 extra points or 3 extra points to go. We would just go into the. I'm just curious to see. Probably put it into Scorch and then Scorch again, Firepower, maybe Scorch again. And this would be like a single target spec. So this, I think, out of all the specs, I would probably play either Deep Arcane or Frost Arcane. I think those are probably the strongest, if I had to say. Because then I have talents to kite with, but then I also have the good part of Arcane, which is like threat reduction, reduced resist chance, clear casting, imp arcane explosion. I like the Frost Arcane at 44. I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I had to pick one spec specifically, it would probably be the Frost Arcane. Imp Cone of Cold with the Arcane build? No. No, but I don't think Imp Cone of Cold is really that important. Maybe there's a world, like, what is the damage? Do you get a new cone? Where I have this up somewhere, mage spells. You actually do get a cone at 42, 380 mana versus 250. It does 140 versus maybe that is a better use of 3 points. Something like this. I'm actually a good fan of Cone of Cold, so just Cone of Cold Shatter. I could play a Shatter spec. That's interesting. I could put the points here. Oh, I can't. It would have to come out of reduced threat or range and radius. I like both of those. You think Piercing Ice is probably more damage than Imp Cone of Cold overall? Maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I don't think I'm shattering though. I don't think I'm gonna ever Nova. So I think I don't even need points in Nova. I should probably just do this. Or can I just take points out? I just need 23. I don't need Cone of Cold. I just need... Like, that covers all my talents up here. Hmm. Move Blizzard points? See, I think I want Blizzard. Rank 3 if you're ever fighting Orange. I don't know if I am at 44. What are the dungeons at 44? Uldaman? I guess you are. Against HCAS. Could run something like this. But now I honestly think that maybe 6% increased crit chance on AE would be better than these points here. Like I wonder if I put points here instead. Or I take the point out of Frostbolt and I don't Frostbolt, I still Fireball. So then I just literally go back to this, right? Or I could go to Ice Shards. Ice Shards is an option. Even though I'm not like spec'd into crit, I still have a good amount of intellect. I still have like base 5% plus like 4% crit chance or whatever. So I'm not like negative crit, but the only thing that would crit would be Cone. The thing that I'm thinking of here burning is like, I imagine this spec as like, this is, I'm playing AE and I'm using fishing, like the clear casting procs on Cone of Cold. Because my main play would be Immo Oil, Arcane Explosion, and clear casting Cone of Cold. And there would be specific pulls in each dungeon that I would forego the Immolation Oil damage for a Blizzard Kite. And that's the way I envision this spec playing. So I think Cone of Cold is actually decent here. Probably better than any of the other options. And if I am doing big pulls, I maybe do want this. Just because this doesn't really do anything. Ice Shards doesn't matter. And maybe reduced cooldown on Frost Nova helps if I'm doing a solo pull. Let's check if we can log in. I don't see anybody on EU right now. No servers. Okay. So that's what I think about this circuit. This is probably what I would want to play. Look at that scepter in my offhand. It looks like I'm dual wielding a Venom Strike or whatever it is, the mace from Wailing Caverns. You know what I'm talking about? Is that called Venom Strike? No, that's the bow. What is Circuit 2? Circuit 2 is RFD, SM Armory, SM Cathedral, and Uldaman. I think there's a world where you use the clear casting proc for a Blizzard instead of Cone of Cold, even in the situation you were describing. Yeah, I think so too. But then at that point, what do you do with your points here? At that point, do you care about mana? Like, do you just drop more points and then you go deeper into Arcane? You think Piercing Ice? I have Piercing Ice. Imp Cone of Cold over Shards. Yeah, but mana is always good for speed. If I'm using clear castings for Blizzard, then it doesn't matter how much mana cost Blizzard is. So like that mana talent I'm taking specifically for the pulls where I'm solo, and I don't know if I'm doing that a lot. I do like going down to block. I do like getting Arctic Reach for cone kiting potential, and then also Blizzard range. But I could just go 2 points and just sacrifice 4% AE crit. I mean, it really depends on how I'm playing the circuit. If I'm doing 90% of my damage with AE, I probably want the crit chance. That's a level 43 spec. True. I guess at 44, I'd only be sacking 1 point in either or. What talents? Yeah, what talents do I go at 44? Does anything change? Oh, I get Blizzard at 44. Oh, I see. Ooh, I get a new rank of AE or AI. That's good. Um, what's my previous rank? 36. 520 over 8. That's a huge DPS increase. Times 1.06. That's 40 damage per target with piercing ice over 8 seconds. 5 DPS per target. That's a really good talent. I like piercing ice. Now, the thing that I don't like about playing Blizzard, like I think that it's better to play AE like 90% of the dungeons and just do like one pull specifically that's like really big. So, and the reason I like that is because of immolation oil. I think at level 43, Emma oil is widely acceptable and easy to farm. Like I could have a ton, I could have 400 oils and just have it up the entire time, and it wouldn't even be bad. It would take me a couple hours. All right, the server selection is up. It should be up in a couple minutes. It's usually the trend. Circuit 3, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be a big burning buzz. Yeah, so it'll be like very, very high speed kills of those packs or whatever. Now, maybe there's a world where if you have 3 people with immo oil, maybe it's better that you have a slow. Like maybe it's better that you're playing Blizzard because you can pull more mobs safer, and it's like, you know, instead of adding 1, like there's a breakpoint, right? Where if you have 3 people on 5 mobs without slows, and you could have 2 people on 10 mobs, like that's more damage, right? So actually it would be 3 or 4, so I'd be the 4th. So if we're pulling 5 mobs with 4 people, that's 20. There's no target cap on oil. There is none. So if you have 5 mobs with 40 people, that's 40 hits per tick. Or 20 hits per tick, right? 20 hits per tick. But then if you have 4 or 8 mobs and 3 people, where does this breakpoint happen? That's 24, right? Like that's pretty close. That's only 3 mobs because of slows. Like that's pretty reasonable. The only thing is that it would change from, like, I think it would change completely how you would approach the dungeon, and it would be more like, I would get aggro intentionally. And maybe if I'm playing Arcane Frost, I can slow the mobs and then also be proccing my oils. That's technically an option too. Salve on Parla. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I wonder at that point, if you run something like this, you drop your threat talent. And maybe go just, it could literally be anywhere. Go something like this. And then you like open with like a Nova max range Flame Strike Blizzard or something. Or like you pull the mobs, Nova, Cone of Cold, Snap Nova or something, Blink, Blizzard, and then they pop the oils. Like they're gathering more mobs. Parla like tanks 2 and I tank the rest, and you just burn them down. That's pretty interesting. That's like an interesting playstyle. I think it's pretty doable. It's that's an interesting idea. I think we could get some crazy speed doing that. I wonder if there's application to run this at 33. If I had 10 less talent points, what would this look like? A bit risky though, right? Maybe playing safer is higher. Yeah, it could be. If I play something like that, and I run like a, this requires 33, like that's pretty close, right? I just lose range talents and piercing ice. So I could run this spec specifically at level 32. No, I don't have an upgraded Blizzard. That is the problem. I have a level 28 Blizzard, which isn't that bad. It's pretty close. I could run this spec, and that would be pretty solid for mana as well. Because I could just play AE rank 1 and then Blizzard in my free time. And maybe I play something like this instead, and I take away my Cold Snap. I don't think I need Cold Snap. Unless we're specifically doing pulls around it. Although, at that point, I feel like I don't need these points. I just go here, and I just use AE on trash, and I don't get any points in this. I just get reduced mana on Blizzard. With block and arcane reach as our final point. I don't think you need Cold Snap as an O ship button, especially if you don't have ice block. Yeah, I think so, especially with block or with bop. Like that's kind of my block. So I could definitely run something like this. And what about Pog level 32 Flame Strike? Is he benched now? See, that's a big question. Is it better to do this strategy? Because my team doesn't have oil, exactly. Like, I don't really care about tanking things. But there are a lot of locations in these dungeons that are like potential bridge spots where maybe someone like Parla would tank the ranged mobs and I would just tank the melee ones. And even though my team doesn't have oil, I could just pop off and do like 150 DPS over like 2 minutes. It would take a while, but I just pump DPS. And you know, like Peter, Parla, and Ellen would kind of just rotate between mobs and keep them even though they're not going to be super oiled up. Which sucks, by the way, but it is what it is. Try it? Yeah. I mean, I will try it. I think it's an interesting idea. I currently have a practice character with Presence of Mind. I almost think it's better to go here. Like, for the points. I think 3 points in clear casting feels really bad. I feel like I'm not going to get enough reliability out of 6% clear casting chance in pulls to really matter. Like, it might be better mana-wise to just have the frost channeling. Yeah, I think so too, Burning, but it's an idea. And maybe it's something that I respect to for specific places. Like maybe it's specifically good in like one dungeon that I want to be frost for. And I think it's okay to do that, especially if it's like SM library or graveyard. If we're doing those last, playing this spec would allow me to transition into my 43 spec, which I would play like this, right? This would be my 43 spec, where I go down into this kind of area. What did I have here? Imp AE? Oh no. Yeah, I had Imp AE. Something like this, right? And I don't have to change my spec. So it would be like pretty economical as well. Even worth losing. Well, I'm a mage, so I don't have to lose circuit time. I might not be the only one respeccing. Yeah, I wonder who else would respect though. Probably not Parla. Probably not Calamity. By the way, let's look at this really fast. What talents does Calamity run in this circuit? I'm curious if I'm gonna have fast bop. You probably run Imp Devo with armor, something like this, maybe, I think you go for kings. But at that point, this is trash. Like this is really bad now. You're in a really terrible position. Maybe you go intellect with flash of light, consecration, flash of light healing, level 23. You could go imp land hands. Illumination is already here. That's nice. Imp wisdom at 32 with divine favor. Ooh. Ooh, I like that spec for me. Wisdom. What level is wisdom? Blessing of wisdom. Let's check the ranks here. Nope. Okay, fine. Looking for a wisdom at 34. That sucks, man. Oh, shucks. So it would be a 24 wisdom, but that's 20%. So 15 times 1.2. We have 18 MP5. 18 MP5 versus 30% reduced threat. I'd probably take salve. I would probably take salve. Which means that if I don't want wisdom, Peter might want wisdom. Maybe he wants kings. I think LN wants might. Parla wants kings. Yeah, sadly we don't hit 34. It really sucks for mage because I get mage armor at 34 too. That's such a big level for mage. So let's go back here. I wonder what it looks like. I think you play this. This looks like really valuable talents here. I'm not gonna lie. Like just going down, you don't have to go any deeper than this, right? 32. So your free points probably go into, I mean, it probably just goes into wisdom. Mana. Yeah. That could be, I mean, if she's damaging. You could go into Seal the Righteous damage as well. Sadly, the bottom of this tree just doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like your crit chance is so low, like maybe you just don't go this deep. If you're not trying to get to Lasting Judgment, maybe reduced bop and increased freedom duration is better because you don't have a magic dispel. Right, like Pally doesn't have a magic dispel, so if Parla gets slowed, he's relying completely on freedom. So maybe you run something like this where you run Devo Aura. You probably do run Devo Aura, but maybe not. And then you could run hit talents with kings and you're level 35. That's too high. Okay. Wait, but you don't need points here. And you don't need points here. And this would be your 33, so I guess you'd start 32 here and then you'd put another point into Flash of Light. That's probably the best spec. I mean, now this doesn't really matter though. Maybe you just don't go to Consecration and you just like, you literally just go like Imp Might and then like now what? Full buff bot. Yeah, like literally you go increased intellect for sure. Maybe even threat generation. Now this is an option too. I didn't think about this. Is it possible that Calamity tanks a little bit? No, not really. It would only be 1 point. Imp Judge. Is Judgment actually good though? Because that's a lot of mana to recast it. Yeah, probably if you can't really get Holy online. That's what I'm thinking, that like maybe Calamity just puts on Righteous Fury and like Pally tanks some mobs, or like, I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you just don't care about Righteous Fury. And Consecration, it might be more impactful and you put 1 point into Might. Did a lot of drink walking. Yeah, I think you're right. Now maybe there's a world that you implant hands for the armor. Like what if you go this spec just for the armor bonus on implant hands? I think that's an idea too. And you specifically use it at low mana on like me or Parla to buff us right before a pull and then drink. And it's a 40-minute cooldown, which means it's pretty much up for each dungeon. I think that's probably more impactful than point for point, than like 2 points in might, or 2 points in this, or it's like, you know, like 2 points in armor value for like, I think the cooldown reduction, this is like a full cooldown reduction with consecration spec, probably something like that. And then Peter, I think you run BM at level 30. You can get pretty deep, no? Run 5 points in Hawk, maybe improved res pet with health and armor. Maybe just armor, so you can tank. 5 pet damage, 5 pet crit. With... like, that's pretty good. Think about going Imp Hodge. Would that make it 45 seconds instead of 60? I think we're okay if Peter goes BM. We actually have Parla Kick, my counterspell, Rogue Kick, Intimidation, and Hodge. I think... but the thing is, Burning, only 2 people are getting are getting might. Only 2 people are getting it. It's like you're really putting... yeah, I'm saying Pet and LN. Parla wants kings. So that's like you're spending 5 points to get 20% buff, right? Of what is it? Blessing of Might rank 3 or something? Does that not work? Rank 4? 85? I mean, that's a good amount of attack power. That's 17 attack power. Which is... isn't it like 12 attack power is 1 DPS? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's pretty good. And maybe you can argue that going that deep allows you to go deeper in Holy. And you play like... something like this, where you'd play 5 points, 2 points, and then you go right down into this. Maybe you even go into damage here because she's still meleeing, and then Consecration, Imp Holy. You get like a lot more points here to play with. Like you could go Imp Wisdom here. Oh wait, that doesn't even have... missing kings. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is like maybe you drop kings because you're spending 4. Like think about this, you're spending 4 points to get one person's buff when they could just use might instead, and then you buff might for 3 people. How much damage is Red Aura? Probably not worth going down this tree. This seems really bad. Yeah, I'm just thinking if she should run like 2-hander or 1-hand. I don't know even what Calamity is running for Abyss. What about what does LN run? Combat at 30 for Blade Flurry? Probably. More worth to get Blessing of Sanctuary. You think you go deep prot? You just run a prot paladin healer? That's kind of based, honestly. You could even run Conqueror. Not that it matters. But see, at that point, you're spending so much. Like, I think 10% intellect on Calamity is more valuable than all of these points combined. Literally all of this. Just literally specking like this would be like better for Calamity and the group. Kings is 10%. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, you don't choose between them. You can just get them both. And I don't think she wants it anyways. She's trying to run. Like, I actually think that this is like a better spec. But combat for rogue, let's see. What does Ellen run? Oh yeah. To probably run Imp Gouge with hit chance. Combat daggers? Probably not. Dodge, probably want parry over dodge, although maybe you put points into these two. Imp sprint could be really good. Definitely offhand spec with Blade Flurry. I wonder what talents she's running here. Probably something like remorseless attacks, maybe just malice. Maybe just get crit for the last 2 or 3. Now if she's running swords here probably. Fingers crossed. Burning, she actually killed it this morning. That obviously doesn't matter because of the server reset. And it didn't drop. Yeah, it was so sad. So now Parla and Ellen have killed it and still no drops. 2 for 2, 0 on like a super long respawn. Alright, what does Parla run? I think he's trying to dual wield this time too. I don't think he's trying to get a whirlwind axe, so I think he's gonna try to dual wield. And I think sweeping strikes it's good, but for threat, I think dual wield is still better. There is still time, yeah, there is. So I think he runs something like this, maybe even Imp Demo Shout for reduced damage. Sweeping strikes is too good to miss out? I don't think so. I don't think it's that great. You're spending so many kind of useless talent points that just don't matter at this level, right? I do think that like anger management is pretty cool if you're trying to taunt things. I think playing Fury without it is a little annoying. But you could go like pretty deep. You get Imp Battle Shout for 3 people, 4 people even. You get this, which is insane. He's not defense capped at all. He's going to tank mobs and just get a ton of extra melee damage. And he could probably get Death Wish. Probably run something like this, maybe. I don't think Blood Craze is any good. I don't think you go Blood Craze in any situation where you're speedrunning. Like, you have a healer. If you're like soloing, trying to get like solo content done, I could see it, but with the healer, and then he just keeps putting points into here as he levels up. I think Death Wish is probably more impactful than Sweeping Strikes. Pierce over Blood Craze. I don't think he should take Pierce with a mage in his group. That's a waste of a talent. You think Parley could do something like 78? Yeah, I think he could do a lot of damage. And like you said earlier, having faster weapons dual wielding is way better for playing with a mage. And because I'm going to have Oil of Immolation and he won't, threat is going to be a real issue. And if I have to ever stop pressing Oil of Immolation because he doesn't have threat, because he's arms, then it's just worse for him to play that. So So I think for pure damage, arms is a little better. Because you can get Whirlwind Axe and sweep and cleave, right? But it's super bursty, and you can't do that on 5 mobs. You hit 2 of those mobs for really high threat. Arms is way better. I don't know if that's true, man. Like, it doesn't matter that Sweeping Strike's cleave is so much damage. Because what damage is he going to do? Okay, so he can press Sweeping Strikes once. And he gets 5 extra autos. Yes, that is really good. But the problem is that if he's pulling 5 mobs, and I'm trying to AE immediately, I'll get aggro on all of them. He'll lose rage. Right? He'll lose rage. I'm tanking. And he's only doing threat on 2 or 3 of those mobs. So, yes, it's really good, but it's super bursty and it's not spread out. So that means I, as a mage, can't play the game. I can't press Immo Oil, which, by the way, is 50 damage per target per 3 seconds. That's a lot of damage to do threat for. So I'm just going to have a ton of aggro. And then, on top of that, I'm AE spamming in melee range. So, like, I have low threshold. That is low threat, and I probably have salve at this point. But I'm just saying that, like, if he can't hold threat, I have to stop damage. That makes Sweeping Strikes bad for Archon. In a pure vacuum warrior v warrior, Sweeping Strikes is better every time. If it's just warrior and warrior. But that's not the reality of the situation. Like, if I end up with 34 elite mobs banging on me, I have to completely stop and run away. So, I mean, if there's a world where, like, I'm not pulling threat with Oil of Immolation, we'll see. I mean, we haven't done any PTR, any practice, so. Anchor manage. Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing you lose Outgoing Fury. I do agree. And now you also have to consider that it's not just like Sweeping Strikes versus nothing. When you go into this talent tree, you're losing a lot as well. Like, think about what you're gaining, right? So yeah, you do Rend. Okay, that's really cringe. Okay, you're wasting 3 points here. You probably go parry. Anger management is pretty good. Okay, so you go something like this. Right? And then you're capped. So this is your talent tree. You're losing 3% crit here. Reduction on Demo Shout. Which probably doesn't matter. Maybe he even goes this for the little bit of damage rage he gets. I think that's probably better. So these are decent points. This is good utility. This is decent damage, but he doesn't have super high crit. With this build, he can't get cruelty, so like Impale's pretty low. Deep Wounds is pretty low. Could get both. Yeah, I think if he runs something like this, maybe. I mean, that's an idea. And he could even go Imp Overpower with, I mean, that's not very good. That's 37 even. But I think Imp Overpower is a good spell. Is it crazy to go Prot Defiance? Yeah, I think it's unnecessary at this point. I think, yeah, Shadow Oil is very relevant to circuit, yes. And I think Dual Wield especially. But I think this is just not worth the amount of talents you're getting for the utility. Like, he runs Imp Battle Shout, which is probably pretty impactful. If I look at Battle Shout, it's going to be for 4 targets because Calamity is probably meleeing. What rank are we at? 4? $32. So it's 94. Calamity isn't going to benefit if she's holy and not Seal of Command. You can be holy and just wear a 2-hander. In fact, I'm pretty sure Calamity is going to be wearing a 2-hander and bonking. It's not like she has to heal the entire time. So Imp Battle Shot's 25% on top of 94. Like that's... So you're gaining... What is that? 6... You're gaining 23 attack power on 3 targets if you're excluding Calamity. That's really good. 23 attack power is very strong. And... then Enrage is also really strong if you're tanking. You're taking crits pretty often. Death Wish is a very strong cooldown for threat. A little scary maybe, but I think it's pretty reasonable. 40 extra AP with Imp Battle Shot on my... Yeah, that's crazy. That's 20 strength on 3 people. And Peter's going to be melee weaving too. He's not going to have Imp Might, but he'll have Imp Battle Shout. Do you think you need Death Wish though? I mean, you don't need it. Like you could go like some sort of anger management build where you're like running enough points to be able to taunt or something. Death Wish is going to help single target threat. I mean, Death Wish can help on AoE threat as well. 11, 12. I don't think that's good enough. I think you're spending, like, I don't think Tactical Mastery, I don't think you need 25 points. Like, you can put 2 or 3 points in here. I think 2 points is like the best points. Because then you can swap Taunt or swap Mocking Blow, swap Charge without issue. And then, like, after this, it's like excess. You don't really need that rage. It's not like he's 100 rage all the time and just losing everything. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Tread, that's what I'm saying. And anger management is good, but like we're in combat the whole time, so it's literally just for the rage per second. Whatever it is, rage per 5 seconds. So I think it would be better to go deeper into Battle Shout. I could see a spec like this though, and maybe you put 2 points into Enrage. Or if you don't like Enrage, maybe 2 points in Offhand, if you have a good Offhands. But I don't think that the rest of the points here matter unless you're going to overpower. If you want to go deeper arms, I could see that. You think this is a hard cope? Whirlwind Axe arms demolishes. So I don't know if you... So the problem is that our warrior is level 28. He doesn't have the time to do Whirlwind Axe. He died. He was gonna do it, but he's not anymore. Because he needs to do other things for his character. And you might be like, well, just do Whirlwind Axe. It's super risky. It takes a long ass time, like multiple days. So it's like, is it really worth for just a weapon upgrade? Yeah, it's a big weapon upgrade, but like at some point he needs to kind of be done with his character so he can log off, hit level 33 faster, and we can practice. So that's why he wants to go Fury, like dual wield. I think that's the right play. I don't think Whirlwind Axe arms has great threat. It does do a ton of damage. I agree. But the threat is not. That's what I'm questioning. When you melee every 3 point whatever seconds, 3.6, Don't need threat if all the mobs are dead. Yeah, you're right. It's too bad that we need threat because I'm a mage. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, maybe with salve I just won't pull aggro. That's a thing. But I feel like I'm gonna be doing a lot of DPS AoE. It's gonna be hard to keep up even with sweeping strikes. But the gameplay of sweeping strikes looks very much like pull rage, sweeping strikes, cleave, tab, cleave. So now maybe he can position himself very well and just like threat 4 different mobs perfectly with the 2 cleaves. I'm just a little worried about that. Now, being arms is cool for having 6 targets from a mage. Yeah, but that's kind of what we're doing. And you can actually do that. Like Parla was doing just fine against like 5 mobs in Circuit 1. 6 mobs in Circuit 1. And it's because he was playing dual wield. But now with a slow ass weapon, if you just like don't, you know, if you just don't land a spell, like if you don't land your first hit, you just miss, which is very real. It's like an 8% chance at 0 hit. So like, you miss your auto attack. What's the added AoE threat? It's not added AoE threat, it's consistency. So like you're auto attacking very fast, so you can just kind of tab through these mobs, land like a cleave, tab, cleave, and you're like in between, you're like auto attacking other mobs. I mean, you can't convince me that like dual wield isn't like a better setup. If you have like good dual wield weapons for AoE threat, and it's just it's nothing against being arms. I mean, arms does a fuck ton of damage, but just can't spread out the damage because it's a 3.6 speed. Yeah, heroic strike queuing is still a thing. Dual wield and Imp Sunder in Last Stand. I don't think Last Stand is like. I don't think playing any defensive is like good here. There's still really easy dungeons. Imp Sunder, isn't that just rage cost? I think it's too many points defensive. The main problem is that he doesn't have Oil of Immolation. That's the real issue. If he had Oil of Immolation, I'd say go ahead, go arms every single time, every day of the week. I'm just worried about that. Now, if he can get a Whirlwind Axe, I would change my mind. I think if he could get a Whirlwind Axe and go Sweeping Strikes, I actually think that if we practice that setup, it would take a certain playstyle, but he could AoE tank. At least 4 mobs. Because, right, you would do your Cleave Sweeping Strikes, move your character to a different mob, Cleave Sweeping Strikes, and you'd have 4 mobs. Pretty good threat. And I would just tank 1, which is fine. Or 2. And that's fine. I'm okay tanking 1 or 2. So I could see it, yeah. But now if he could get the special sword, that's pretty much a Whirlwind Axe in just one hand. There are some really good one-handed options that I don't know if you guys realize that you can get at level 32. Like, very insane. Whirlwind Axe does... Whirlwind Axe is 35 DPS, 3.6 speed, your average hit is 125. There's a one-hander with 1.9 speed, the average hit is like 45, 25 DPS. So it's like 2/3 of a Whirlwind Axe in one hand. So like your auto attacks are pretty cracked. And you'd buff your group with Might, and you'd get like Death Wish for physical damage, but you'd lose your AoE. Yeah, the Basilisk Sword. But that's like a pretty rare drop, so that's that's unrealistic too. We'll see. I mean, it's all speculation at this point. I'm waiting for the servers to be back up. I'm pretty upset that it's been an hour and 9 minutes and the servers are still down. Blizzard. Oh, servers are now completely down. Yeah, the E maintenance, dude. We're getting scuffed. Yeah, I don't think so either. We've had a couple kills and nobody's gotten the sword yet, dude. It's so sad. It's like a 30% drop rate or whatever, or 40% drop rate, and it's just like, oof. That's such a good sword. It's a little rough on EU too. There's like 2 or 3 different groups camping it. Keep an eye out for Scowl. Yeah. Yeah, we have been. I mean, we already know the rare mobs and everything. We've been watching them. But people have died, so that's the main issue we're having is the deaths. You know, that's putting us behind. Not in a great position here starting Circuit 2. I would have definitely preferred being in a world where, you know, nobody died and all 3 people got, you know, all 3 or 4 people got their Oil of Immolations, and it's just a happy fun time where everybody's doing their job. Just me. It's just me out here, boys. Alright, we are gonna do some AoE pulls here. At least Calamity didn't die. True. It could be worse. Every teammate could have died. Stay alive. I agree. I think we kind of had a meeting and that was pretty much the sentiment. Oh, sorry guys. If only that strategy had been done sooner. Indeed. So I'm just doing a little catch up on my questing route here. We got downtime. I'm tired. I'm done with my theory crafting for the day. Now it's time to just relax, play some mage. It's game time. So this is our current PB speedrun hardcore mage character. We're at 24 hours to 35. I ran into a little bit of a pickle situation. Like, oh, pickles at level 24. And I lost about 30 minutes. But it is what it is. I could definitely push the speed a little lower. Let's see our times overall. Let's just check it out. So our full times, move speedrun splits. These are our full times that we are rocking. Let's check it out. So 1:27 10 that's pretty slow. I can get that to 120 pretty easily, just with a little routing changing. But now I do think this is like a little bit of a difference between me and like Tommy and Burning, is that the routes that they're practicing for their speedruns aren't launch realistic routes. So I think that's kind of a little weird in my opinion, but it's for the pure speedrun outside of it, which is fine. I get it. Doing like specific strats that require, you know, every single shimmerweed to be up in the right position so you can jump down and go to the meats, and like, you know, it's a little unrealistic. Jet Steam / Wendigo, yeah, exactly. I intentionally complete every run. I don't reset for RNG. I work around the RNG. So it's a little bit, we have a different approach, me and Tommy. That's completely fine, but I could save some time there if I wanted. I think here on my level 20 of 730, I think I haven't tried the Darkshore route yet. If I had to imagine, I could probably shave off 15 to 20 minutes on this time to level 20 just with that. If I had a better level 10, maybe we could get a sub 7-hour level 20. That's potentially real. Sub 7-hour level 20 on Mage. Like, those times are specifically reserved for Hunter. But it might be possible. And then after that, we're looking at like some AoE cope. Some AoE cope pretty much all the way up. I don't have a perfect route. I definitely want to look into routing more particulars and then trying to be more consistent. I feel like every route that I do is a little bit different and kind of free for all with the routing. I lose some time because of that for sure. As for 28 to 30 something, 33, that's like definitely something I've changed. I'm slowly iterating on the route around 30 and kind of including some STV quests for maybe a potential comeback at level 37 to STV, then into a swamp, or probably into a swamp Dust Wallow Badlands STV again, 42 run. Something like that. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to fix the STV routing a tiny bit, go to Goshek. Just the Murlocs, yeah. So my current run to 39 is just with Murlocs. The thing that I don't like, Lesmos, about those Murlocs is they feel unrewarding. It's like that those Murlocs are like, honestly, very scary. Like super risky sometimes to pull. And the XP per hour doesn't reflect the risk. It just doesn't. So if I'm risking my character for 50k XP, where I could be gearing my character through quests reliably and getting very similar XP, like think about the quest rewards I could get here. I could get the Desolus bracers. I could get Desolus boots. I could get any STV South. I could get the chest piece, which is like really bis. I could get the 5 stamp trinket ×2. That's why I do 2 STV passes. Pretty interesting. I could, like, there's a lot of really a lot of items that I could route in through the questing, and better gear equals faster leveling. Yeah, that's kind of the idea, is I'm trying to like replace items that I wouldn't normally replace unless I got lucky. And that may not matter a ton, right? But it'll just save me some time later on if I'm doing Pirates or ZF, or, you know, I just haven't got lucky. And I, like, there was one run here, like, I still don't have a helmet. And what I think I do on real runs is actually I kill Nimar. I think I kill Nimar on my layer at like level 36 or like 30, whatever. 34, I go kill him, and then I do go check for a long time, and then I guess I just do him once. I do him at the end, right? But I would check during downtime, maybe starting at 34, and maybe get a helmet, because that would be crazy. And I want to do the Singer quest in Arathi. That's something I didn't do. Maybe get a necklace, because this is not reliable to get. But like if I look at my boots, I'm using these boots forever. Writing the mage quest in there. What? You need Badlands? You don't need Badlands before you do that. You can grab that quest if you just go to Dust Wallow. You would need the Jade. You don't need the Jade. But yeah, it would be better if you could get the Jade. Where's the Haunted Isle? Is it down more? Yeah, it's down. Like Burning, I could just turn it in. Like, I could just turn it in when I come back and do, like the Sunken Treasure quests, right? That would be another benefit of going there and questing. So I'd get a wand. Like, that's pretty good too. So I don't have to necessarily do it first pass, and I think doing that at like 37 is a little, well, doing those quests at 37 is definitely possible. I think it's a little scary, but I could just farm the Witherbark Troll Tusks initially. And what I could do is like at 36 or something, I could do a Dust Wallow pass, and then like when I go train, right? When I go train, when I go train Blizzard at 36, right? I could go right to Dust Wallow, pick up the Mage quest from Tabitha, and then Hearthstone back to like something. And then go back and finish Goshek. I do want to train 36 as soon as possible, ideally. And what I'm thinking Burning here is like, you know, I can route this quest in like it's super fucking based. If I go down to STV and Booty Bay and I fly up to Westfall, it takes me right here, and I could just drop like right here or south of it and just explore the island. So there's definitely a world. I wonder if there's a world Burning where if I have, I have to go back there. What's the macro Burning? Can you send it to me on Disc? I could find it. Actually, I could press W. Is it? Jar of Mana's macro? Oh, thank you. Okay. So we got our macro going. Let's put it on a non-bind bar. Is tailoring ever worth it for gear? Can you do it during downtime? No, not really. I think never on a speed run. If you're just leveling fun for fun mode, that's completely fine. I think tailoring is a really good option. May not be the best, but I mean, it's not an engineering, it can be fun. Yeah, look at the speed burning. It's actually so cool because it takes you right over the island. I'm pretty sure it's like a 1-minute flight path right into North STV. And there's another thing too. Like, you know, Tabitha is in the middle of Dustwalla Marsh. What happens if I fly to Desolus and it takes the route like across the water? You know what I'm saying? Like it goes through the Thunderbluff area, through Mulgore. Like you could probably drop off onto Tabitha's hut as well to get to that quest. But that would mean I'd have to explore into Stone Talon, and you know, it's not a crazy how. It's not working. Unless it already worked. You need to be at a loading screen border to drop? Wait, really? I'm so confused how this works now. I thought you could just drop wherever you wanted. So I can just, do I just spam this right now? It didn't work. Did I not do it right? I have 48 MS. Damn. Wait, am I lagged out? No, I'm here. Do I try again? Wait, do I just try again? I wonder if it works both ways. Not allowed to use the firewall method. I mean, yeah, I don't play Wrath anymore. Yeah, I don't think that's like a little suspect, you know? Do I like, okay, Bernie, do I literally like a giga spam? Do I giga spam the fuck out of this macro? Like, can I put on a mouse wheel and just scroll? Giga Terra spam, 800 APM. My macro's not working. Okay. I mean, I copy pasted it exactly as... Oh, I see. I see what happened. I see what happened. Wait, it worked. Please scroll quieter. Okay, so... Does it just work, Burning? Does it work like on any subzone? Or does it have to be on a, like an actual zone transfer? Yeah, I quit Wrath entirely. It has to be a zone border. That's kind of far, but I guess it's better than running from Westfall. I mean, it just is better. And I would be doing it like twice. The Westfall border isn't too bad, yeah. Yeah, it's a skip. I wonder if I can fly to Duskwood and just drop onto... Probably. How so? Complete focus on Era? No, I quit my WoW guild on Wrath because I got tired of it. Practice and note down FP timers. Alright, we'll do that here. Giga 1 is into Searing Gorge. From like Stormwind to Ironforge, or Ironforge to Stormwind. I imagine that there's a million practical uses of this. Like, I'm curious now if I can fly from Dustwallow to Aberdeen, then I can completely cut out Stone Talon in my route to get to Desolace. Think about that. I'm curious to see if that's possible. In fact, I have a character in Theramore that I want to try that on. Because that would allow you to do Desolace without the bad part of Desolace, which is getting there. It's still a long flight path, but you can go AFK for a specific amount of time and take a break. And I think that's really important and something that a lot of runs don't have on launch. All right, we probably go right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. The FBI literally just deleted me. Okay, it didn't work, by the way. It didn't work. Down until 6 a.m.? Are you serious? Too early? Yeah. Dude, I didn't realize it was so precise. I don't have the VOD available right now. I guess I can just look on the VOD where you transition. Like do that. I'm just using all my money here. Yeah, I can't actually look at my VOD right now. Alright guys, where do we go? I think I know, I think I know. But I don't know. It's a complete guess. I think it's right here. Wait, it's not crashing me. Like, this thing wasn't crashing me, bro. Scuffed. Yeah, yeah. RC already reported me. That's so lame that the servers are still down, man. Yeah, actually down until 6 CET, man. That's so scuffed. Okay. Well, I'm gonna log off for now on this character. I'm pretty checked out of it. Why don't I go play Hunter? I don't really like Hunter nowadays. Alright, let's see if we can do this. You should play Hunter, because you are not good at Mage. Have you tried streaming? Because you're not good at chatting. Large C4M charge. What if I just had my speedrun splits like this and it just went off my stream? Like a little gimmick. Let's pretend this is Hardcore All-Stars Season 2. You built a new 5-man team. Who are you picking? For $10,000. I'm not gonna do that question. With full respect. I don't wanna pick people when I have my own team right now. So like, what I'm thinking is I wonder what the flight path to Aberdeen is right now. If I had to guess, it would take me to the place that I want to go, right? Oopsie. I'll have to look at the VOD. But what I'm thinking is that I use this flight path to get to Desolus. That's the idea. And I do the little drop down, you know? Is it not taking me? Oh, it is taking me. Wait, I could just drop right here too if I wanted to do like a faster run. I could drop into Mulgore. I could drop into the South Desolus part. That's a little scary. I think I want to drop right here, then run Nigel's and just do the quest route, you know? Because the Scepter of Light is, these are super good quests. And they may be low level, but I can do them at 37, like super relaxed and chilling, dude. Get some crazy bracers. My bracers are so trash. And I got lucky. These are a drop, random drop, right? I would normally just have 0 bracers on. I could get new boots. I have some technology I would like to try with the whole thing, you know? Paratrooper dropping in, that's right. You know it. But yeah, I was saying earlier that like, I think that's something that routers like Tommy, I'm not sure if they do. Because a lot of his runs are like super segmented. A lot of logouts where his route is to play for 80 hours straight. And it's like unrealistic to do so. It's actually good to be able to route in sometimes where you're able to stand up and like drink, get water, go to the bathroom. Like unironically too. He hasn't done this in a speedrun? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty crazy technology. It's a lot harder to pull off than I thought. You have to like seriously have every timer meticulously laid out when to press it. But you could drop like right here. It would be interesting, right? Nice little cool location to drop. Technology. That's funny, dude. Deep vein thrombosis. Yeah. Sorry, new here, but you're assuming all these skips are meant for the release of new servers. If you're purposefully crashing your game to do the skip, don't you run the risk of being thrown into a login queue? No. No. Well, I guess technically, yes. But it's like a yes but, where there's a grace period, so the only way you'd get fucked is if like login servers were down and then you also tried to do this and you couldn't re-log in, but login servers were down and there's still a queue who's waiting past the login server, and you get like fucked like that. Like, it's possible, yeah. But generally speaking, you have time between when you DC and you relog. And something like this, you'd pretty much relog instantly. You could even test for login issues by re-logging prior to the flight path, if that was like a really big issue, if it was happening to other people. Because at this point, I'm 30 hours deep. Like, I would want to drop right here, burning. This is where I'd want to drop, right? Like right there. It's pretty clear. And then I would just go right up to Nigel's and start questing there. And I could get the, seems risky for a short time skip. If there's anything to never rely on, it's Blizzard login servers. I don't think it matters. I don't think I would do this all the time. And this is quite a large time skip. So for context, this here would allow me to get to Decimus quest locations in like 6 minutes from Theramore. Less than 6 minutes. I don't have, that's the thing is, so because I don't have this, and I don't have Astronar, and I don't have this, I have to run from Aberdeen down. Actually, I think I do have Astronar. But I'd have to run from Astronar through the cave, through Sunrock Retreat, like that location, all the way down, and then into Decimus. So, while it is possible, I think it's really good to be able to auto fly and just come back in like 4 or 5 minutes, DC, and we're there. Like, that's so valuable. Forbidden geometry. I wonder if there's like a skip from Mulgore where I could drop like in Mulgore, go to the skip, and then teleport right to the graveyard here or something. That'd be interesting too. Actually, that's one thing that I think that Tommy uses, like the DC macro to do logout skips, and if he does that on launch runs very frequently, he could have big issues. I think that using that skip instead of just doing the camp is like, it's like a pretty bad idea. I think he should probably swap to just camps for normal logout skips, and then only use this for like flight path drops or something. It's like so much more impactful to do that. You know what, there's an interesting idea too, where I wonder what happens, Burning, if... No, that's too forbidden. Never mind, I'm not even going to share that idea. That is technology that should remain hidden. I don't have the DC macro. The one I tried didn't work. But you guys couldn't handle this technology. You can tell us. You guys could not handle it. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Bobka, our EU servers are down. I'm emotionally down as well. Tell us. Smile. You're assuming this is an HC speedrun. Actually, this is just a technology speedrun. LOL. Found within 1 minute of Googling. Can you share it with me? Do you make a YouTube playlist of your content? No, I do not. But I was actually thinking about just like pulling a Kargaz or Graze and restreaming to YouTube as well, and just streaming to YouTube and Twitch. Because I really like that YouTube has, I really like the VOD system that YouTube has. I think it's so good. And it just stays there forever, and there's like no restriction on the content. Whereas with Twitch, I have to highlight literally everything, and I think that's even limited. It might not be, but I've been actually thinking about that, figuring out how to do that. What am I doing on this character? I'm gonna log off before I waste too much time. So, wait, what happened here? You can export Twitch to YouTube? Ooh, I might do that. I might just export my VODs to YouTube. Yo, real question. Why can't I select this character, bro? What's up with the mud fetish? It's not a fetish. It's like a meme. Like, in Classic WoW, my characters, like, not characters. If I placed like a trap, a freezing trap, a frost trap with... No, it's not like a mud man meme like that. It's like, if I dropped a frost trap and I have entrapment, we'd call it mud. Like, don't worry, I'm dropping the mud, you guys are good. And then the entire team in like the tunnel in Warsong would either get they would fab to get through it, or they'd get stuck, right? Because I'm like 3 points entrapment with the mud trap, and people just get like stuck in the mud. They're like falling over. Dude, the mud men in their natural habitat, just, they love it. They can't get out of it, dude. And so that's like the origin of the mud. And we used to run something called the Hunter Maid, where we would have like 3 hunters with full entrapment, and we just play defense. And like shut down the entire game and just straight turtle. And it wasn't even like a full pre-made. You just run, you'd queue with just hunters. And it's like 3-4 hunters. And you put like 4 frost traps down. And if they don't fap, they are literally stuck. Like, they can't move. And you just like keep putting frost traps down like in choke points. And you have the entire room stuck and it's just mudded up, bro. So fun. It's actually the most fun I had PvPing. Outside of maybe like 3-hour-long AVs that we intentionally turtled, and over time slowly got more and more pre-made people in and turtled harder, because like people would AFK out and we'd have pre-mades intentionally queuing into the AV. So we'd have like, by the 2-hour mark, we'd have like 20 pre-made people in, and we just would intentionally not end the games. Just straight up like 3 hours, like the Horde couldn't win if they tried, and the 20 Alliance like aren't winning. It was so fun. I have like screenshots of like 800 HK reverse hostage runs, dude. Ran around with the mom, dude. I accidentally logged in that character. I was trying to go up. But you're a disgrace. Get back in the end. Log off. Man, that's so sad. I can't believe it, dude. You're an old war, perfect timing. Oh, are you streaming? Bobka, are you gonna stream after? I'm feeling like an end stream time. I got you guys. I've been up for a while. I've been up since 8 a.m. I'm a little sleepy. Baking pizza and camping rares. Thank you though. I'm gonna go to the gym, go to sleep, wake up, work, stream again. Tomorrow, I stream again. I'll probably just do more prep on my character. I'm glad that I logged out at an inn because we're getting a full night's rest on that character. What we thought was going to be 1 hour turned into 4. Actually, it turned into like 12 because I'm not going to log in until tomorrow. Good night, guys. I'm going to see if I can find a hardcore streamer to host you guys over to. Is Gray still on? No, it looks like he's not. Looks like he's not. Bobka is busy sitting on ledges looking for a basilisk. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Hardcore. Wow. Naked hardcore mage. All right, do you guys want to watch Dirty Randy or Ashley Nicole? Or Grays for Days restream of the Dead Minds VOD? The Bean Hardcore 60 Warrior. All right. What's Dirty Randy doing? Strathholm? All right. Some small streamer? All right, we can go with Ashley Nicole. Upcoming hardcore streamers. All right. Have a good night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with more prep. See you later, gamers. Also, I'll put my VODs on YouTube.